Panther people, what up? You want a brand new processed blue Carolina Panthers jersey with the brand new rookie quarterback's name and number on it and not pay a cent? Tune in. On you watch Panthers Post with Phil Perkins. Thanks for joining. I know it's been a minute. I got a brand new job, like a literal new job, a 9 to 5, or in my case, a 3 to midnight. I'm working different days right now, so trying to doing that transition. Wife got strep throat. I got strep throat. So here I am about 10 days after, but I appreciate you guys' patience. I didn't lose like 1,000 subscribers because it's going to get hot and heavy with less than 2 weeks to go for the 2023 NFL Draft. I got this episode. Tomorrow, I got a brand new Insider edition of the Carolina Panthers draft room with Charlotte Observer reporter Mike Kay. The guys are making a round on the local radio, on some of the vlogs as well. The guy, honestly, is probably one of the most in tune and connected beat reporters out there right now when it comes to talking to content creators and talking to the media, the other media sources that aren't the mainstream, just about what the Carolina Panthers are going to do in this upcoming draft. So really looking forward to that conversation. Got a whole lot more coming up, a lot of collabos with other Carolina Panthers content creators, and of course, draft night. I'm going to get more about that broadcast and what that's going to look like next week. You want to make sure, if you are new here, subscribe, press the bell, like, spread the word, because you're going to want to watch that broadcast. I know everyone's probably going to be doing a live broadcast during the draft. You can flip through all of them. You can multi-channel. It's going to be so much fun. I don't know what everyone else is giving away. I'm sure there are some channels giving away stuff, but I'm going to be giving away a Carolina Panthers jersey with whichever quarterback that they draft first overall, but all signs are showing probably going to be Bryce Young. Before we get to that, though, let's talk about some quick news. Firstly, I want to catch up on the news that Carolina Panthers have reunited with Damiere Byrd, the one cheek equals two-hand wonder. What does that mean? Well, do I think it could determine how they're going to look at the second round, that 39th overall pick? Now, the most intriguing pick right now for the Carolina Panthers, because we know basically what they're going to do at number 1 overall. You know, do they pick a speedy wide receiver like a Josh Downs type or a Zay Flowers, or do they do what I think they're going to do is get a tight end? Because I think the tight ends in this draft class are so good that I think those kind of wide receivers, you know, the Jalen Hyatts, the Cedric Tillmans, the Josh Downs, the Zay Flowers, as I mentioned, the Mims, all those cats, I think all those guys are going to drop, and everyone's going to want to get their hands on those big old tight end hands, because at the end of the day, it's still an offensive weapon, and you'd rather the bigger guy who could potentially be a lot more durable than these smaller guys. I think there's 5 wide receivers in this draft class that are less than 175 pounds. That is crazy. So I think they're probably going to go towards a tight end at 39 if they don't trade down, and then probably pick up an edge rusher in free agency still. There's still some guys out there who could join the Panthers. A lot of time left before the start of the season. All right, now something that broke today. Tom Pelissero from the NFL Network tweeting out that Bryce Young, the probably now consensus first overall pick that's going to be going to the Carolina Panthers, has told other teams that he's canceling their visits. So he's not going to meet with the Baltimore Ravens or whoever else. He's met with the Houston Texans, I believe, and the Carolina Panthers, and it's basically a wrap. I don't know what they may have told him. Well, the Panthers said, "You're our guy. Don't worry about it. All this shit, that smoke screen. It's actually not a smoke screen. We're thirsty about you. We want you." And then he probably heard from the Houston Texans, "Hey, if the Carolina Panthers are dumb enough not to take you, we're going to take you." And he's probably like, "Hey, why talk to anybody else? I'm going 1 or 2. That's it. Unless the Houston Texans let that one go and it goes to the Indianapolis Colts." And I don't know if he's met with them or not. Haven't really taken a look at the Colts beat. But it looks like Bryce Young is going 1 or 2. And you take a look at the betting lines. I'm not sponsored by any betting company, but Bryce Young went from plus 230 to go first overall to minus 1,800. That means it's basically a lock, according to Vegas, that he's going first overall to the Carolina Panthers. Then it just got you thinking, like, how do you feel about that? I feel pretty damn good. It feels like the Panthers feel pretty good about it as well. Joe Person from The Athletic released an article in his question and answers with the readers, and he said during the season when Steve Wilkes was still the head coach of the team and the Panthers were winning games, like almost making the playoffs if it wasn't for J.C. Horn getting out injured, you know, he talked to the Panthers executive and he asked them basically, what's next? What are you going to do? And they went along the lines of, we're going to do whatever it can to get Bryce Young. That's about it. They're going to sell it to get Bryce Young. It doesn't matter that they're potentially getting into the playoffs. They're thinking about the next year, and they realize the quarterback that, despite getting to that point in their season, they still want to upgrade, and that upgrade is going to be Bryce Young. It's not like C.J. Stroud didn't exist. They just thought Bryce Young was the guy, and they did go all in to number 1 overall. They were happy with 1 or 3. They ended up at 1. And so, no, sorry, they ended up at 1. They wanted 1 or 2. And so they're happy with 1, obviously. And so it looks like, judging from that, it wasn't a smokescreen, or maybe it was a long-term lie to Joe Person, but Joe Person in the building, knows the facility, knows the staff for multiple years. They told him at the time during the season, they want to sell out for Bryce Young. Here they are. They have an opportunity to literally sell out for Bryce Young. They did that. And I think come next Thursday, it's going to be Bryce Young, the CEO of this franchise. I think he's going to be the first overall pick. I couldn't be more happy about it. You know, just watching and listening from Draft Nicks, from guys, whether it's Damian Parson, who is here on Panthers Post, you know, whether it's the Mina Kimes of them all, whether it's Dan Orlovsky, whether it's Danny Kelly, just Dane Brugler, who just released a 7-round mock draft. I don't know who he picked first overall, but it seems like everyone looks at Bryce Young as kind of like that 1A, and CJ, and even CJ said himself that he needs some time. He's probably going to need some time to coach himself and to get acclimatized to the NFL game, whatever that means. But Bryce Young, he just seems like the CEO type. You know, I've talked about this even during the season, that he was one of the first quarterbacks I read about that was making 7 figures, without even taking a snap for the Crimson Tide. And did we ever see him get in any trouble? Like, anything. And I'm not even just talking about the law. I'm talking about, you know, being a toxic culture guy at the locker room, you know, being an asshole on campus. You get none of that. And if you're picking first overall and you're a billionaire like David Tepper, you know they have private investigators all over Tuscaloosa, all over Southern California, where he played his high school ball, heading out to Mater Dei, just see what the kind of guy that he is. But the fact that the kid was making $1 million plus before even taking a snap, and he never missed a step off the field, is something huge for me. And hey, and if Matt Corrales gets traded, or he realizes that, hey, you don't have any rights right now, even if you are on the team, and they swap that number 9, that is a must cop. And so, without further ado, let's talk about some jerseys. So on draft night, I don't know the specifics of when I'm going to be streaming, but the good Lord has blessed me with a scheduled, like I didn't even ask for this, a scheduled day off, knock on wood, knock on steel, a scheduled day off on draft night. So round 1, I got it off. Day 2, I got it off. Day 3, I don't work until 2:30 in the afternoon Eastern Standard Time. So the plan is I am going to be streaming live the entire first round, the entire second day, and then part of the third, and whatever goes. I think we go into the 4th day. Do they? I think they have Sunday off. So here's what it is: you got to subscribe to the channel, you got to hit the bell, you got to like it, and you got to comment it. And when you comment, you leave your email. Guys in the comment community, guys and gals in the comment community, don't hit them up with their email and send them spam, all right? I got a software that'll then choose the winner randomly. I will hit you up, and you'll get yourself a brand new Carolina Panthers, hopefully fully processed blue jersey with either Bryce Young or CJ Stroud, most likely Bryce Young, most likely number 9, sent to your house. I'll email you directly. You give me your address, and bang, you got it. So again, subscribe, like, bell, comment, and just sit and wait. No math needed, no trivia, random. So tell your mom, tell your girlfriend, tell your boyfriend, cousins, whatever, because if you've been a subscriber for a while, you are not eligible. I need new subscribers. So if you've been here for a while, like Josh, like, I don't know, anybody who's Brazer, who's from New Jersey, if you've been a subscriber for years, get someone else to subscribe, leave a comment, email, I'll pick you randomly, I'll hit you up, and you get a jersey. Boom, like that. So that's it. You know what to do. Like, subscribe, spread the word. See you guys soon with Mike K.